Hey guys, Matt, IronTrap Garage. We are doing, you guys asked for it, we're doing a weekly vlog type thing where I'm going to take you guys along on a lot of the stuff that I do in a week and interesting things that happen around the shop and in the IronTrap world. We're going to take you guys along and just show you all that stuff and definitely want to hear your feedback on what you like. So today is Monday. We're up early. My dad, way back there, is helps me on a couple days a week, and we do some boxing of packages of people to buy things. We're gonna take you along to the warehouse space and show you my madness of all my parts stash, and whatever else happens this week, we'll take you along for the ride. So let's get going. All right, so we're up in my storage area. I have, this is one little section here that we've been going through. Fenders and stuff we've been picking up. Going through fenders. I got a guy that called this week and I needed some 39 Deluxe fenders. It's a local guy. This is all my LaSalle transmission, mostly a pile of stuff from 37 LaSalle and some Packard trans, and there's a Lincoln Zephyr, but that's all my stuff. I got just cleaning out the shop, but got all kinds of fenders in here. So we kind of loaded this stuff sort of like items, but as I've been going through it, it's been getting a little messy. You can see we got cowls and back sections. I got hoods all lined up, and so a lot of this stuff is from the deal in Pittsburgh. Some of it's my stuff that I've had here for a little while, that or I had at my shop and we moved here. So you can see we got all that. Some convertible tops, got some flatheads sitting here. This is stuff that we cleaned out of the meat truck. My water bottles. But we got, I could go through bins and you find 36 Ford ashtrays and stuff that were in bins. So we usually put together a rolling, about once a week I come and we fill up a rolling cart with stuff. And this is a real old, used to be a factory on the second floor here. And luckily we got a freight elevator, I can move this stuff around. But this is another area here where I have more stuff. 35, 36 Phaeton, doors, bumpers, bunch of 35, 36 rear fenders. And you can see we've been selling. Pallets been starting to get empty here. Had all stacks of wheels, probably 8 foot tall there of wire wheels, and sold a lot of them. Still haven't gotten into radiators. We have some stuff that I just pulled out of here. There was a set of fenders here, 35 Ford front fenders that are sold that were shipping freight. But you can see walking down through here, got some bunch of seat springs. Actually, I got a set of Roadster springs in there for myself, which is really nice. I forget what all else is in there. I think there's some 35, 36 sedan original seats in there. More seat springs. Got a bunch of steering boxes here. So I've been going through these. We've sold a pile of steering boxes, a bunch of horn rods, buttons for banjo steering wheels. Whoops, damaging the merchandise. So all that, I just dug through here and we found this was 3940 rear fenders, and we found a 39 Deluxe fender that a local guy needed, so that in the front was good. Some doors. This is the only 35, 36 3-window door that I got. They're very hard to find, even in a collection like I bought out. There was only one. So I got that. Bunch of running boards. We haven't really gotten into them. Hey, there's that loudspeaker from Detroit that's still sitting there. This is a pallet load we got that's going to Germany. I've been, a lot of times with this stuff I do, I ship overseas, and what I offer is a lot of guys will start buying and give me their wish list, and as I find items or they buy items, I put them on a pallet and I just help them ship this stuff in one shot to save some money. So this is a gentleman in Germany that we have almost everything he needs. There's a drop axle I got from Andy Kohler. I passed him on to Andy, and Andy dropped an axle for him, and all kinds of stuff. So that's almost done. A couple more things and his pallet can go and he could start building a hot rod with it. And some more odds and ends, 40 dash. These are all my spare Swamp Mercury parts, 39 Mercury stuff. So I got a really nice hood and a set of front fenders, bunch of like new bias ply tires, some wide fives, and just miscellaneous. I got a bunch of brand new sheet metal. So yeah, that's some 32 sheet metal, 35, 36 hoods, and then another row of stuff, as you can see. So just going through here and picking stuff out. I got an engine that we're taking back downstairs, putting in my truck, and we're gonna get that running I listed one last week that we got running, and it's sold to a guy that's building a roadster, I think, for or T for Race of Gentlemen. So that was really cool. And yeah, so I'm gonna load that up, and all the stuff that we pulled that's downstairs. My dad's down there loading now. Get it home, and then we could start packing boxes and get stuff shipped out to everybody that's been waiting. I was traveling a little bit at the end of last week, going up to visit Ronnie Roadster, and went to Port Jervis, New York to visit a guy that we visited, Ed, and then my buddy Jason, we shot a video with him working on his truck. So I was away for like, I don't know, Thursday through Saturday, so I didn't get a lot done. So we're gonna get some of this stuff shipped out, and yeah, and we'll move on to the next project. Hey, come on, hold on, come on. All right, got in the shop, and it is like insanely humid and hot here today. And my good old trusty like 1940s, 1930s old shop fan needs some service. It's sticking. I have a feeling the bearings are shot in it or something, the front bearing, I'm not quite sure, but it definitely has been making some bad noises, and then it kind of stopped. So I ran down to the local tractor supply store because it's, again, like 95 degrees and 100% humidity practically, and it's really hot. And I got myself like a swamp cooler fan so that I could keep working on the Schroll coupe here. I've been working on getting the master cylinder and the pedals bolted back in between everything else. This is a good example of some stuff that doesn't get filmed that I work on in between, you know, all the normal videos. So what I'm gonna be working on now that I got the master cylinder bolted in is getting the clutch master mounted in this area here. So I'm gonna be working on some of that. It's nothing really crazy, so I'm just gonna kind of drop some of that in this video instead of doing a whole entire other video. Meanwhile, I got my dad boxing some boxes so we can get herself caught up with shipments for everybody that's doing parts. So I'm gonna try and kill two birds with one stone. So that's kind of the update for today's work. All right, so Tuesday is, a good part of Tuesday is over. So Tuesdays, a lot of times, one of the local guys, volunteers, Jeff, comes over, and Jeff lends me a hand on whatever's going on. I got 2 or 3 guys that help me regularly that are a great help. They volunteer to help just for the fun of it and to be around this nonsense. So, so Jeff and I had a very productive day today, as you guys saw, and sped up. We ended up taking the whole Schroll coupe project all apart, and we shot that video. So that'll be like a full-length type video. Tuesdays like this, I usually try and get a bunch of work done on projects. So yeah, so that was Tuesday. Went pretty well. It's been like ridiculously hot here. Well, not as hot as the Pacific Northwest and California have been, but it's been pretty hot here, very humid. And yeah, so I got that all together, are all done, and we're gonna be taking apart probably really soon, maybe even this week. I might try and get the 33 3-window blown apart, because I want to get this chassis blasted at the same time as we get the rear over here, get that blasted. So I have a very busy week, or at least I have almost unrealistic goals to get this done. So I got to get that thing kind of braced up tomorrow, I think, and maybe try and pull the body off of that and disassemble the chassis on that tomorrow, and then we'll have everything kind of together and should be good to go. I've been watching the weather forecast. We are set to hopefully race at the Allentown Dirt Drags this weekend. We're going to take you along for a ride for that. And the weather looks a little iffy. It's been so hot and humid here. The end of the week, they're kind of calling for some iffy weather. I'm hoping that doesn't happen because I really want to get in the Pagoda City Coupe and beat the crap out of it and show you guys what the event's like. So that's all I got for today. Check in with you guys tomorrow and see what's going on. It's Wednesday and we're at it again. So another day, another car ripped apart. So we got at it this morning and we got the 33 all taken apart. Got the body sitting on some stands here, which is really cool. We're shooting a video on taking that apart, so I won't bore you guys with the same thing you'll be watching, but we got this all apart. Frame's in good shape. I'm hoping to get this as well as the rear end for the stroll car over to my buddy Brooks' place today to drop off for blasting. He's gonna get to that next couple weekends, hopefully. So we're gonna take the rear spring apart. We didn't put that in the video because I didn't want to bore anybody with it. But yeah, so we're gonna take this rear spring apart. Typical deal. I just use C-clamps and take it apart. I've done it a bunch of times. No fancy tools here. And yeah, once we get this thing, the rear spring apart, we're gonna take all the springs separate to him so he can blast each spring a little bit easier. And we're gonna leave tape up the vent hole on the rear and kind of leave it together so that way he can blast it and we don't get a ton of crap in the rear that we got to clean out. And then we could take it apart. So that is the goal, get this thing spring apart, that's ready to take apart, and then we're gonna fire up the old Ferguson tractor and be out in the heat and put it in my truck, and then I'll take a run over to Brooks' place and drop it off. Model A and Model T ones are the ones that are really scary. Yeah. Model T especially, 26. Real high arch ones.
Oh really? There's a lot of tension. Oh that's right, yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah, those are the ones that really. These kind of flat ones are too. Like if I pull this off, what's gonna happen? It's gonna go spring.
Right. Just whang.
But those ones have so much tension, they'll shoot it through the moon. My old man scared me to half to death when I first started doing this stuff. He told me this.
Oh right.
Guys died.
Like old wives' tale.
Mm-hmm. I swear it's true. He's seen, like, what he's seen the whole thing.
Let's take these two off. There's still a little tension to them.
Ah, that hole's still on there. There we go. That's all.
Nah, it's when you don't expect it to occur. If they were using that one for a space. All right, so it's Thursday morning, late last night, after the heat died down, it rained a little bit. I went back out in the shop and I got a bunch of welding done and filling and sanding and smoothing on that on the like rear wishbone cross member section that I got tacked together a while ago. Now that we have the control frame on stand, so I got that all done. I had to wait for the heat to die down a little bit. It was very humid at almost 100 degrees yesterday, so I went inside and did some office type work for the hardest part of the day before I went and dropped parts off at Brook. So got all that stuff accomplished yesterday. Today, it's Thursday, my dad comes by the shop on Thursdays and helps me out with whatever. So I already got a bunch of packages set up for my dad to start packing, a bunch of stuff we pulled Monday, sold on Instagram and eBay. I'm still listing some stuff in between everything I'm doing. I'll list a couple things here and there. So he's got some work to do there. I got some tires he needs to take off wire wheels, and then he's going to keep messing with that flathead that we brought home. It seems to be a little stuck, so I'm probably going to have him just pull the heads and maybe the intake and just take a look, make sure nothing's broken or whatever, or if best case scenario, it costs us a set of head gaskets and we just clean up the inside of the engine a little bit and then put it back together and get it to run. So he's got plenty to do. What I am doing is I just got a word from my buddy Pete, who is a local early Ford guru, and he's got his hands in everything early Ford in this area because he's been doing it for so long. And he got wind of a 32 3-window coupe body, Ford coupe body, that's been sitting for a very, very long time in long-term storage, and they lost their storage and they pulled it out of storage and put it home. In between it being stored for so long, some parts have gone missing or got lost or whatever. So the body isn't exactly what it was back when it was put away, but the gentleman that's selling it is looking to get rid of it. He kind of passed on the deal because it's big and heavy, and he's kind of tired of moving heavy, rusty, early Ford stuff around, and I'll probably be that way eventually. So he passed the deal on to me. I'm going to go take a look at it. Who knows if I can make a deal. If I can, I'll take a couple photos of it, or if I can't, I'll take a couple photos of it just so you guys can see that stuff is still out there. If I can, of course, we'll do a video dragging it home. And then later today, towards dinner time, I got a call weeks ago about a F1 pickup collection of F1 pickup parts that is mostly NOS. It's maybe 3 or 4 towns over from me, so it's not real far. I've been trying to coordinate my schedule to go check it out, so I'm going to do that tonight. Same deal, if I can, I'll try and snap a couple photos, or if they'll let me, a little video of some of the stuff, and we'll drop it in here if you guys can see. And it'll be neat to see a huge horde of like NOS and really nice like 48 to 52, 51 Ford truck stuff. So that's what I got going for today. I'll take you guys along for the ride and show you what I get into today. Alright, so you can see how my adventure went. We got rattling sheet metal and old Ford parts, which is, good. And then, of course, we have a body riding along with me. Typical deal, it's raining, as always. When I get cool stuff, it seems like it always rains, so, it's a good day because it's got cool stuff, it's raining. But I got the body. I went there and the body was like just a body with a door, basically. And I was like, and a deck lid. And I'm like, looking at it, the price I wasn't sure what to offer. And then he said, oh, well, I got some parts up in the attic I might have for it. So he pulls them down out of his house garage, and there's an original grill with an insert, reproduction grill, shell, 2 sets of garnish moldings. One is chrome, one's standard, just painted normal one. Really cherry dash, and some other odds and ends. So I was like, holy crap. So all in all, once we started pulling parts together, it actually was, a lot of good stuff there. So we struck a deal, and here we are. We loaded it up. Best part was it was 30 minutes from my house, and it was about 15 minutes from Mike's house. I called him. He jumped away from helping his wife take care of the baby, and he ran down just to help slide it into the bed of my truck. Now we're heading home, and it's raining, of course. It always rains when I get good stuff. But anyways, it's not even noon yet. It's 11 o'clock, and we bought a 32 3-window body that was super clean. Pretty excited. So I'm going to head home and see if I can get my dad to help me unload it once this rain slows down.
Grab in the middle when it comes up.
There. All right, hold on. Let me get up there.
You want to get in the back?
No, we just want to... And then we'll tilt it. Tilt it. Yep. drag.
Going right to the bottom.
That's what happens when you get nice ones that are actually together.
Let me grab the pallet.
We came a long way, Dad. Remember the first couple ones were broken in half and we barely heard it crack. I think it's okay. I think it's a little on the floor, but I think it's okay. If anything, I should zip tie it down the pallet. Yeah, let's do that. I might zip tie it down the pallet for movement. All right, so got it offloaded, got it on a pallet here. We're gonna take this in the warehouse up to my storage area. But you can see, I want to show you guys, this thing is like ridiculously clean. I'm like super on the fence if I want to just hold on to it or get rid of it. I kind of love it. I've been wanting one for a long time. It's about as clean as I'm gonna get. Still got the chicken wire and all the wood in it. All the wood's back in there. The dash is super clean, the rockers. It's got a little bit of, apparently this was a stock car that was destined to be cut up. And the guy saved it from stock car guys and bought it, but they had already cut into the floor a little bit to start putting a roll bar. There's a little bit of rust down there, but we're talking very minimal. Rear quarters and all this stuff is like super nice. So you can't ask for a cleaner 32.3 window almost. I mean, this is what we dream of. And to find one of these is really, really cool. So like I said, I'm just putting it on ice for now. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't really want to sell it, but you never know. You know, we'll see. I find so much stuff. Sometimes it changes. So that's pretty much. We got a couple more things to do for Thursday, and then we're gonna call it quits for the day. And I'm gonna run and look at those F1 parts tonight. So I'll show you guys some photos when I get there. All right, so we got back from the drag safely. Drove the car there. Drove the car back. And other than just a little bit of issues with some throttle linkage stuff and just stuff from beating the crap out of the car, it went pretty darn good. So that rounds out our week, my craziness in a week of IronTrap Garage and kind of all the nonsense that we get into. So this week was probably a little more exciting than some weeks, but it kind of gives you an idea of all the craziness we do. I didn't even film everything. I mean, I drove to 34 a bunch to go visit friends and do some different stuff like that I kind of forgot, but it just gives you an idea of everything that we end up doing in a week of running around, driving cars, having fun, chasing parts, doing all that stuff. Definitely a packed week, and I am ready to finally, today, Sunday, July 4th, after getting back with the coop, sit down, relax with Kate, and just take a breather till we start again on Monday and do all this craziness over and over and over again. So thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think of the kind of like week in the life of type videos like this. I can't say we're going to do them like every single week, but I'm going to try, and when I have a packed full week that's kind of interesting or more interesting, I'm going to try and grab footage and share these videos with you guys. And if you do like it, you think these are cool, drop a comment down below and let us know what you think. Thanks guys. Catch you later.